Well, this is Cardo's Media, and yeah, don't blame the messenger. Yeah.
Yo, you don't know. This is Trilogy, straight out of Dominica, and you're tuned in to Cardo's Media. Don't blame the messenger. Boom!
My belly big, like a cushion. I never hungry.
Yo. My belly big.
Excuse me.
I hope you'll find someone else. Oh, I hope you'll find someone else.
Mixing live on the ones and the twos.
Yo, we live. And we on the air. How was your week, Fido?
Was that a very blessed weekend? It was good. Give thanks and praise for it. What about you?
That's good, brother. I had a good week, man. A good week.
I get that.
We're gonna have joining us tonight.
Ooh.
Hey, good night, Randy. Good night, Randy Turney. How are you? So yeah, we're gonna have some guests joining us tonight.
Interactive session tonight.
They need to express their view. Send a comment in the box, and we will and get your views. You're only gonna have 2 minutes. But anyways, though, when I first started doing this media thing, very first time really starting off, I had a dear friend of mine come in and assisted me. We did how many numerous lives all over all the time, and she went ghost on me, but now to grace us with her presence tonight, to express her views on how she and how things are going for her on the island, and share her views, So without further ado, we're gonna bring in Miss Jazz Sparrow. Miss Jazz Sparrow.
Why you breaking up?
I give a whole introduction about you.
How you breaking up so?
Don't worry about me, man. I good. Don't worry, I there. Yeah, bad weather in my area, so
All right. Yes, sir.
But yes. So I was just playing a little music and things, and things, but So I introduced Jazz Sparrow. She was one of my first people.
Let me tell you that when you see you bringing me on your show, I would appreciate it if you play a different type of music.
Okay.
Okay, because these are some serious times. These are some serious times.
That they will block me.
We play, no man, we fighting a weaponless war, so the least we can do is play music that contributing to our struggle, or music that opening the eyes to our struggle. They will block you if you play proper music.
I can run that one there.
They will block me.
Let me tell you what song to play there. Pull up Midnight, Dignity.
That Dignity, they will hit us red strikes,
The name of the group is Midnight, MIDNITE, and the name of the song is Dignity.
Okay, but I'm gonna look it up fast to see if you have permission to do that, because
if this song are copyrights, they're gonna block it. I need license to play music.
Go for my code for me.
But anyway, Anyways, though, so in my introduction, which I was rudely interrupted, Miss Jazz Sparrow was one of my first people who ever did any contributions with me as far as media. We came up with the name Don't Blame the Messenger. We used to do a show every Wednesday night, I think it was, or Tuesday night. And then we grew into this media empire we have here now. And tonight, because she needs better light. I see that I need lights. I can't talk to darkness. We've been fighting, right? So, without further ado, Miss Jazz, what's going on with you? Oh, and Oyan Basil too. Look him here in the window. What's going on, my brother? Don't blame the messenger. The people who started this is here.
Voila. So I just want to say good night and greetings to
Kim,
everyone
go
that's
ahead.
watching. Yeah, man. I just saying good night and greetings to everyone that's watching the live right now. I personally feel like Dominica is in a state of devastation. We have gotten to the point where we have already called state of emergency, but in my opinion, we need to be calling a state of emergency for Dominica. We're under pressure here in DA, and the locals seem to not be realizing the extent of the pressure that we under, and they're not seeing how far it is going to go. Now, again, this is my opinion, my personal opinion from my interactions and from my day-to-day living in Kalibishi, right? We have several people from foreign that have come here and invested in our community, that their investment was a big contribution in the community because it brought jobs to the community. It brought another presence to the community. It brought spending power to the community. It bring more money to circulate in the community. And a lot of those entities are leaving. A lot of those businesses have closed. So a lot of people have lost their jobs. And to be quite honest with you, I honestly almost feel like it is too late for Dominica, especially because the oppositions that we have are not equipped or prepared to handle the strain that will be left up on them after this current administration of fuckery. And you said that I disappeared from the platforms, but I didn't disappear from the platforms. You know, I just chose to reach out in the communities on a more personal basis where I can speak to people in the physical, face to face, and make sure that they understanding and they taking in the knowledge, because a lot of times when we speaking on here, they hear what they want to hear, they take whatever they want to take, but I like to make sure they get it. So that's what I've been doing, because sometimes the media is great, but sometimes the groundwork is very important.
True.
Now,
So
I
hold on.
had,
Hold on. So Clint, do your introduction and then we'll go back to Kim.
Yeah, well, I didn't really have much introduction, and I just love listening to Kim. So let Kim flow. Let Kim flow, man. Kim flow in. That's my girl right there.
I trying my best to remain calm while I try to deliver the messages that I want to deliver tonight, because I have honestly been in a serious state of depression, I will say, for the past 5 months. And through that state of depression, I said to myself, you know something, boy, let me go and try to Zion and go and try to free up my meditation and come out around what they call the civilization, because there's nothing civilized around the community. You check, there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
civilized here. Scared come to Kalibishi the other day. I don't know what Scared come to Kalibishi to do, but I wish they had made an announcement that Scared was coming to Kalibishi so that I would have make myself present to question Scared on certain things, because I quite frankly don't understand what the fuck Scared come and do Kalibishi. And I hope he's listening, and I hope his little minions and them will forward him the fucking live. We don't want you here. Why you coming to Kalibishi Scared? Stop come Kalibishi, you're fucking hypocrites. Don't come back Kalibishi, my brother. We don't fucking want you here. You're a hypocrite and you're a crook to your fucking people. You manipulating us for too fucking long. And like I said, trying to remain calm while I saying what I saying, but I will never be able to remain calm for that whole life there, because I have too many emotions going through me right now. You check? APP come here today to discuss with me, and I telling all you straight, we don't ready yet. All you don't ready yet. Because all you too peaceful. We don't even have the right to contest anything here. Whoever that have the noise, mute the background, please. We don't have the right to protest. We don't have the right to speak. We don't have the right to do anything in Dominica as far as I'm concerned. They give us the right to have 1 ounce of marijuana. Look, Scared come Kalibishi the other day there. The day after Scared come to Kalibishi, the next day, those dogs come to Kalibishi, ransacking the community, through people's homes, people's cars, searching down the place. You check, they don't even know what they're looking for. Because one said they're stopping, they're looking for this. The next said they're stopping, they're looking for that. It's like, what all you want, really and truly? Eh? Because we don't have nothing here, Dominica. You don't have fuck all. We just suffering in the place. People coming to Dominican because the locals and them lack the courage to open their mouth and speak the truth. And that is why all you don't like me and all you will never like me and I don't give 2 fucks. Because all you lacking the courage to speak the truth. That is why we in the position we in today, my brothers and sisters. And I will never stop telling you that is all your fucking fault. Look at our young man there. When APP come there today, the young man was there and I tell them straight. I calling him for all you. Yo, come. And he's there still right now, sit down there. I tell him, tell them how old are you? He tell them he's 16 years old. I tell him, tell them the promise is Scared come at all you home and tell all you in the village down there. And he tell it to them. But mind you, he is 16 years old. I am fucking 43 years old. And we get the same promise. So the same promise he give to my generation. He's giving to my children because I have a 16-year-old too. And you cannot lie to me and lie to my child. And you will lie to my grandchild too just now. We have to put him out. Patrick John was there. All you wanted to crucify the man. And mind you, till this day, there are many elderly people in Kenfield housing scheme that's saying, thank God for Patrick John, he that put that roof over my head. There will be many that will say the same for Scared. But at the end of the day, that does not justify the 21 years of fuckery. Then people coming to Dominica and they tell me about, Dominica have plenty money. Or you build a $250 million tramway. I said, did they? How much of that $250 million going to the local people pockets? After Maria, I stopped counting at 98 million. How much of that money going to the local people pockets? We are underpopulated. underdeveloped, under-advanced, under-intelligent, under-fed, under every fletching thing. Eh? Where we going? Dictatorship, no diplomacy, no freedom. How you can give a man a right to own an ounce of weed and then tell him man he can't smoke a joint? What sense that making? What kind of laws are you making? If all you're not seeing that in the time of us, like I say, if he lied to me and he lied to him, he will lie to my grandchildren too. So you can go ahead and give him another vote. You check it. Give him another vote if all you want. But at the end of the day, the sufferation will come. And the rich will continue to stay rich. And the poor will continue to stay poor. Because it's in one set of people's pockets, the money going in Dominica. Point blank period. You have people that invest in Dominica. And right now, the investment that they have made in Dominica, the money coming in so slow that they cannot sustain themselves on that income. They have to send to foreign for their family to send money for them to be able to survive in Dominica. And Dominica is sending back the money, so they have no access to funds. How are they supposed to stay here? And their next question is, if I get hurt, what do I do? How do I fly out of the country? What do I do? I can't tell you what to do, Napa, because if you have no access to funds, what can you do? Nothing. We had people that the other day, they had to cut their trip short. Why? The father get injured and the wife, the daughter see already that we don't have hospital for her father's situation. And like she said, we need to fly him out before you don't know, before he kick the bucket here. That is embarrassing. That is an embarrassment to us, to the island. That is an embarrassment that people come into our country to visit and they get a little injury and the first thought is let's flee before it gets worse because they don't have a medical system here. Look, my partner come out of hospital there. I have to take him to the clinic so they can take out his stitches and refresh his bandages. And they don't even have the supplies to do that at the clinic. While he was in the hospital, he have to call me in Calibishi because he need painkillers at our China wonderful friendship morgue, the mortuary. Huh? Richie, you have competition in the business. You don't ready yet. These people are devious. They're devious bad. Dominicans need to open their eyes. Like I was saying, APP come and talk to me today. I am not a politician. I am not into politics. I am into freedom. I am into trade. I am into progress. I am into balance. I am into equality. You check? And I don't feel like Dominica into none of those things there. Because we're not doing none of those things there. We have no freedom. We're not making no progress. We have no equality. Like, we just not in it on no level. And then at the end of the day, we were 21 years for us to try to take out a man there. And here how we want to take him out there. With kindness. A man that says things such as, don't ask me no damn question. You can't come to a man like that with kindness. If you're going up for politics, my brother, like I say, I'm not a politician. But I am a militant woman. I'm not a pussy like some of them. And you cannot tell me you're going up for politics and your plan is to come and be kind and tell them, are you doing bad things? And no. If I going up for politics, I cannot come up there and talk to all you like that. I will be, all you don't know how I talking. All you see it, all you know it, and fuck all of you. Who don't like it, I don't give a fuck. All you need to wake the fuck up. And it look like it's so people have to talk to all you for you to understand because all you two hypocrites. You check? When we had to come with kindness was in 2010, maybe 2015 on the verge of giving up. But right now, in all that frustration, yeah, you mean to tell me I going to humble and go on my knees and come with kindness to who the fuck I going with that? But kunya mama se mun la sagasa. The elders that was there in 78 when they make the coup on Patrick John, where their offspring and them. Rise up! What is going on in Dominica? You just seeing what's going on in the world. Open all your eyes. All that is mental slavery. And if you're not in tune with Ibrahim Traore, go and sit down and watch a couple videos. That will help you to understand maybe a little better what happening here in Dominica too. Mental slavery, manipulation from time, oppression. Dominica is financial oppression. Yes, we have food, we can survive off the land. But that kind of financial oppression there, something wrong. I know we don't have the people for the spending power, but the money coming in the country, and we want our share. And if you finally don't want us here, give us our fucking repatriations. Or you can send me back tomorrow. Give me my repatriation if they don't want to fight for theirs. If all you don't want us here, give us our repatriations. We will take what we have to take. Because I, as one, I speak for myself. I would rather die on African soil, the soil of my ancestors, than to stay in Dominica and continue to struggle in a dictatorship country where there is no diplomacy and I have no rights. I'm working too hard and I have worked for too long for me to not reap the fruits of my labor. And I will not go another 5 years under those conditions. And if all you don't want to vote him out, and all you don't want to take him out, I will remove myself. But all you have to remove me. I didn't come here of my own free will. Give me my repatriation, and I will remove myself. Because this is not living. 250 million on a tramway, and after Maria, over 98 million, and people still cannot get a tarpaulin that's galvanized now. Tarpaulin to put on their roof. That is a fucking shame. If I'm afraid to say it, I will say it. Police come in and pull me over. Do you have any illegal drugs or guns and ammunition? No. You sure? Yes. Turn off the vehicle and step out of the vehicle. I turn off the vehicle, I step out of the vehicle. We have to search your vehicle. Search the vehicle. Or you should take our phone. Or come so. Or come so. First of all, them little dog there, when them Chinese was eating them dog in the they didn't know to eat this there first. Bon da mama yo. Eh? Well, no, I have to tell them, man, so let me tell you something. You not my father and I can never be your child. Respect fucking me. Because right now, all respect is out the window. I can't talk to you the way you move in, my brother. What you give is what you get. And you can't come and take my phone. I give you permission to check my vehicle. You don't have a warrant, so I am complying as it is. So respect your fucking self and respect me, because right now I cannot get west. And if I get west, anything is anything on that fucking bridge there. I myself fight with police many a times, been to court many a times, and I have never lost a case. I know my fucking rights. And I always ready for the fight. And that is why I feel like I cannot be in Dominica. Because you don't have a militant mindset. Or you not ready for what has to happen. Should I tell them, man, let me tell you that. What level on, let me see where all you mindset be. What are you ready for? Tell me what are you ready for? Are you ready for it to jump in on your ride right now? I jump in my ride right now. All of us going Rose on. We saying, yo, we want you to resign now. What are we doing? Yes, it's so it have to happen, but we cannot do that. I say because all you do ready for what must be done. All you want to go on all your hands and knees and beg. All you do ready to do what must be done. So let the man run his country and shut all you fucking ass. All I want is my repatriations. Give me my money, let me go. What happened? All you blank?
No, we do blank.
You
All you
talking?
mute?
I feel in the frustration, man. I love it. I feel in the rhythm. That's the kind of rhythm I love, and I know I love that kind of rhythm. Man. See what they put me in
I
the
tell
cell
you,
for?
I rather
Um,
go back to
um,
Africa and volontier. I go in and volontier. Je vous le dis vraiment, franchement, du cœur. Si vous ne comprenez pas en anglais, je vous le dis en français. Je préfère d'abandonner ma vie ici après 43 ans. Et je retourne en Afrique me battre dans la guerre avec Ibrahim Traoré. Au lieu de rester ici, me battre pour une vie qui est foutue. Je reste pas ici. So if they don't understand it in English, look it in French. The song I asked all you to play, just now, the song I asked all you to play, all you don't play it. So let me tell you what it's saying. Dignity. Don't ask no favor. Only out of incapacity, inability to labor. Okay? So tell me, what is our inability to labor in Dominica? Are we unable to work in Dominica? That is what you're trying to tell me? So we have to allow other entities to come here, take all the work, take all the resources, sell off everything, and at the end of the day, the local people that they can't get a tarpaulin, the local people that they hungry, the local people that they impoverished, the local people that they struggling. You said? We have enough ways and means in Dominica that we can be self-sustainable. We don't need any outside entities. We're supposed to be exporting, and everything we have on island supposed to be able to take care of the people that are on island because we already don't have that many. You check? When all you order in food, or you still order in not enough sugar. So we always short of sugar. We always sugar always scarce. Flour always scarce. This always scarce. That always scarce. Because all you fucking brain not functioning properly. All you don't know how to do all your work. And all you keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over. Bad governance. If you do it for a whole year straight, my brother, next year, since 2023, we run short sugar about 4 times in 2023. And each time we run short, we had order 2 case. So this time, order 6 case. Like, guys, are you mind not fucking working at all? We're going to keep doing this shit over and over?
Madness.
all right. Kim, how you feeling now?
Boy,
Halfway there. Nothing has yet come out there. Halfway there.
Kim. Kim.
you see them roads? I don't want to reach on them roads, but I get and touch on them roads. You see what they do, them people in Wesley there? They try to do it to us in Calibishi, in case all you don't know. They try to do it to us in Calibishi too. I'll tell you what they do. So in Calibishi, as all you know, on the village there, it have a lot of people living in the village on the flat. Now, when the sea gets rough, the sea crossing the road, and when the river gets high, it meets the sea. So 1 year, which is not just 1 year, it's happened many times. But 1 year, we had a lot of rain, the river rose, the river crossed the bridge, the sea was rough, the sea crossed the road. We were swimming from by Big Tough. You can swim down the road, you can swim up the road. You understand? Mr. Skerrit came to Kalibishi. He walked from one end to the other end. Lies and illusion, telling all of us he come in and fix this, he going and fix that, they going and do this, they going and do that, they want to make back wall, they want to do this, they want to do that. You know how many times since that time he's come and said that same thing? Look, this 16-year-old young man still sitting down there as we speak that can attest to what I am saying. Okay? And after that walk through the community, there were numerous other times he had to come back, including one occasion where he had to visit people's homes and go and see the condition of what the water do inside their house. You check? I don't want to call certain people's home, certain people's names because they're deceased. But it have a certain deceased individual, an older gentleman, when they go inside his house, the water was on his knee and he sit down in the wheelchair. The Prime Minister and many others had said that they were going to relocate the community, the village, to Fortier and Donkey Rest. Mind you, I sure you know what I'm talking about, Rex and Drex. Fortier and
Yeah.
Donkey Rest, first of all, it don't have road up there. It don't have road up there. Okay? Now, you want the people to leave the village and go up there, which I understand why. And I completely agree with the idea. But you cannot take out the people in their comfort zone where they have access to everything and put them somewhere where they have access to nothing. Because I hear numerous people in Wesley complaining about when they come to Roseau now, the bus put them by the road. They have to walk up in the bush with their cholo and all their patchy load because bus driver don't want to go up inside there. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you take out them people there on the flats, where they have the convenience of electricity, water, cable, grocery stores, and the convenience of sitting down by the side of them and people fucking business, and you take them out there and you put them up there, they're not gonna want to go. So that's why nobody didn't want to go. And then they come and they promise they will put the school up there. They'll put the clinic up there. I heard they had the whole drawing and the whole layout and all where they wanted to put what and what they was going to put where. Up to now, we in 2025. Guess what? Not even the road that was there already could they fucking maintain for the farmers to go to their gardens. So plenty farmers not even farming again because the roads are no longer. So it don't have road, it don't have water, it don't have lights. But you want to take them out there. What they do them in West is that they was going and do them here. But this they said they're not going nowhere.
Wow.
Oyan.
Hey,
Yeah, good night, sir. How are you? You say you wanted to come in for 2 seconds.
I'm good. I'm just watching you all. But a quick question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
How we crying about the government this, the government doing this, but the government having party keeping big fit. When he go in a bar, you just tell him the tab is on him.
Yeah,
I
and
see
then,
the other.
wait, without tripping you. 2 days somebody come there and say, Skerrit is a fuckery. He come Kalibishi, he was in the village making tabs, and how when he come to the bars, he don't even put in the money on the counter like he say, look at 2,000 and all you take what all you drinking. He come into the bar and everybody come in and take their drink, and then the person have to send a bill and they get in their money. Boy, fuck that shit. Been there, done that, motherfuckers. You forgot when them fucking police was coming and take food by me and they wouldn't pay me and I had to go on Facebook and tell them, give me my fucking money, and they make police
Don't
come
say
my
that.
phone and
Don't
tell
say
me
that.
put on post. Don't say what?
Don't say that.
Who that say don't say that? They Oyan? Oyan. Don't look for it tonight, Papa. Because I don't see you for a little while and you don't want it.
Then you can say what you have to say. I'll take anything you have.
No, you don't want it. You don't want it.
Anything
Don't
you
make
want to
Peter pay for
offer.
fucking Paul. Relax yourself, ballad. Don't make Peter pay for Paul.
But I get to understand all the government is going in bars, different bars, and open tabs, and he say I will pay, and everybody say yeah. Tomorrow after they don't drink the one drink, tomorrow they hungry. They're going for a credit by somebody else's shop.
But
No, we are,
After
let
they
me
finish
let me
drink the
ask this
drink.
question before we
After they
continue
finish
further.
drink the drink.
No, let me ask this question. Why are we so gullible? Why are we so easily bamboozled? Why are we taken for Papi Show? Are we the
Richie,
problem or is the leadership the problem?
bless brother.
Go
Yo,
ahead,
The
all
go
you,
ahead,
people,
Clint.
let me
Clint, go
explain to
ahead.
you. All you is the problem because when all you crying, all you going for protest. Don't get me wrong, all you crying. I going for protest, I going for protest. Scary give all your bag of stone to hold all you holding it. So all is the problem. Any more questions?
Clint, go ahead. Let Clint answer. Go ahead, Clint.
Okay. Richie,
Yes.
I just come out Roseau. I want to tell you, before I start to say anything, Carlos Media is being viewed island-wide. Did I tell you?
Yeah.
That media house, they're making waves in Dominica. So a lot of people watching the show. And a lot of people feeling our vibes. Okay? Coolibistry in the house, Salisbury in the house, just name it. They're in the house. Now, 25 years of mental slavery is nothing easy. I telling you? 25 years. Dominicans. I hear Jazzy talking about 21. I can understand the 21. That is scary 21.
Yeah.
But he was in the parliament as a minister before. That man take 25 years to fuse a meditation in people's head. Yeah, I tell you? And you know, as I was telling somebody from Coolidge today, a man, he tell me, boy, I don't watch all you, you know. And I was saying to him, you know, I don't really understand. Well, it's true, I understand, you know, but just for conversation's sake, I was telling him I don't really understand what happened to Dominica people.
Me neither.
Because look at that. Look at that. Those people sit down there. Look at Calibishi. Calibishi is the village they claim. Oh, it is. I mean, it is. It's a tourist village. Okay? Hold one second for me there.
Aye, boy.
What kind of street ghetto crack?
Richie, I shame of us.
Sorry about that. Listen.
Hold, stop. I don't know who you are, Denise Lika, whatever that name may be. Don't come in here and disrespect nobody. Please. Try not to do that.
I don't want.
You're using a fake
I don't
thing.
want.
Do not come on here and do that.
I don't want Jazzy
Laka.
to. Jazzy, keep it low
Yeah.
for like a while. Wait. I was saying 25 years of mental slavery. Look at Portsmouth. Calibishi used to feed off of Portsmouth. That's where she coming in. Because you had foreign investors coming into Calibishi. You had people in faculty at Ross. You had students at Ross. And they were favoring the levity in Calibishi. You understand? Today I was an argument in town. I was saying to the guy, listen, our prime minister coming on TV with a donkey. Ian Douglas, a donkey. I hope you're watching me tonight because you teach me in school. A donkey. You come and you green for Portsmouth people, bro. You make Portsmouth people believe it was the best thing that was happening to them. And some of them fall for it. Huh? And today, those miserable people there, bringing Mia Motley. Let me tell you now, prior to that, I was a lover of Mia Motley. Maybe a little after that. I like the way she run Barbados, but now I get into the intricacies of her. She's a rude and out of place person. And I'll tell you why. Monday and Friday, I was in Portsmouth. I just get in a little, and they have Bajan military people on the ground in Dominica. Can you imagine? I met them by the telephone place on Monday last week. Bajans, they carry their flag on the uniform, camouflage. And when I saw it, I say, wow, look at Dominica, boy. Is Mia Mottley the first prime minister to ever come Dominica? No. Did they ever come Dominica through our airport, you know, where Richie? Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That should show you the level of dongness that happened to Dominica people under that government there. I don't like them.
Let me ask you, what you're trying to say is she have her own private security in Dominica?
I tell you, I gonna tell it to you again. I doesn't mix matters. Barbados Defense Force is presently, you see, like when Chavez they come in here, and Chavez they have his military here. Barbados have their defense force on the ground in Dominica.
For what though? What Dominica?
No, I said all that to say, my brother. Dominicans, for all those are listening and watching, I know all are watching. What I go wrong with us now, meditation? I asked the question tonight. What I really go wrong with us?
Because Richie asked
Wait. What I really happened to us mentally? Until we have a bunch of lazy, I'll say tonight, you know, lazy individuals, as a bunch of beggar politicians, hungry God politicians. That's why they're so hungry for themselves that they can't see the need of a regular Dominican. And all in their mind they can think about is to put you in a situation to make your life worse off. So you can always come and beg them. You see that slavish behavior there? I am not a member of that family. I am not. I know, you know, the other day I listened to some liberal talking about Roosevelt's carrot is like Traore. Ibrahim. What? That Ibrahim I know. That Ibrahim I watching every day and watching his documentary and posting them every day. That pig they can never be like Mr.
Never in life.
Yeah? That wanna be they can never like Mr. Brother, let me tell you, Dominica people living a miserable life, Richie. Richie, I go KFC today, Richie. Let me hear the joke, man. Richie, you can imagine you go Rosso, Fido, you go Rosso, or Jazzy go Rosso with her child. And all you have like money in all your pocket and all you can carry them inside KFC. So you can also imagine, you can also imagine you are a parent and you have one or two little children and they're hearing about KFC in school, my God. And you're passing outside KFC with them and they're touching you, mommy, and they're showing you KFC. But you don't have no money. You don't have no money. You don't have no money to bring them inside. Wait.
You're wrong as a parent.
I get in there.
You're wrong as a parent. You're wrong as a parent because you're not supposed to introduce your children to the oppressor's food.
No. I just bringing a point to show you the condition we're in.
I'm bringing a point to show you.
I understand.
Stop putting all your money in the hands of the oppressor.
I understand.
And if all you was teaching all your children that KFC not good for them, no matter how much their classmates would talk about it, they would not want it.
No, but that's where I'm coming from. It could either bound to be KFC. It could be any other restaurant in Dominica. The children and them hungry. That is the story. They're hungry
Everybody
and they
hungry.
want
We
something
have
to
to
eat.
eat.
Wait. You carry your child Roseau and you can't give your child something to eat in Roseau. That's the point I'm making.
Well, the
That's the
point
point
I'm
I'm
making
making.
is all you need to boycott certain businesses in Dominica. So since I have to say it, so I will say
No.
it
I
so.
understand all of that. I was trying to show you. Parents now carrying their children to town to do whatever they have to do. But to sustain them in town is a problem. You know why? You know why? Because we subject ourselves to beg. So Sunday, a bunch of illiterate people going and go Jubla. And they're gonna say hooray to Mia Motley. For what? Mia Motley took your liberty away from you, Dominicans. My sister, my sister and brothers, I just travel. Right now I can't travel because I have my passport, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change the day. It doesn't change anything. I just travel. I'm a traveling person. And when I go Barbados, I have one taxi driver that takes me around. One, his name is Andre. Okay? And the man is telling me to my face, me a monthly getting Ross from Dominica was a godsend for the economy of Barbados. And a jackass they call him Ian Douglas sit down with the Prime Minister, another fool again, and allow that to happen to Dominican people. And you know what they do? Ross was paying over 30% of Domlec transaction.
Yeah. And was
Right?
25% of Dominica GDP.
Wait. Watch what happened. After I tell you a bunch of asses that are inside, some educated asses that are inside of there, you know. Watch what happened. When they flip Ross, remember, Domlec have to make that money there. So how much million dollars Ross was paying to Domlec per annum. You know what they do? They put it on the same hungry god Dominic and them light bill, including me. Okay? So when he was paying a light bill, they will say $100 a month, which is more than that, it's a figure. Now you have to watch $200 a month.
Because you have to take
And we still, boy, we still intend to go and tell Mia on Sunday, hooray.
Can I say something real quick?
A jackass just meet me on the road a while ago.
1 second.
No, I got to be raw. I just want to be a little raw for the night. I almost done. One or two more sentence. A jackass just meet me on the road a while ago. One of them. He know I doesn't skirt around. He know how I stay. I doesn't hide myself from talking. My brethren, I will talk to anybody. He's a labor right. And he's saying to me, he cannot drive, but he trusts in me to take him to Jubla on Sunday. So I asked him, what is your reason for going to Jubla? He just want to go Jubla with me because he know of course I can go Jubla, but I will not be a member of that foolishness. I don't want to make no numbers in Jubla. No. Dominicans have it too hard. It does grieve me, you know. My sister, it does grieve me to see how we come. And I pray God every day. I tell a man on the bus today, I waiting patiently to see Dominicans in action when Roosevelt calls the election. Let me see what Dominicans are going to do this time. Talk to me, baby.
You asked a question, and I think the question was, what is wrong with the people? And I want to say this. Jerk said 21 years of slavery, you said, Jerks?
Mental slavery.
Mental slavery. Okay. So let's take it back a bit more. 500 years of slavery. And then 21 years of mental slavery. That person, in my opinion, is basically incapacitated. And that's why we're so ignorant here. Because we are the descendants of the forgotten ones. Yes, all you are Dominicans, but at the end of the day, we are Africans. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yep.
So it goes way beyond that 21 years. Remember, we were already fooled, blinded, doué, like the French would say. Doué means, how do you say that in English? Trained, well, not trained, but doué, tamed, if you want to say it for another word, which is unfortunate. I can't tell you what it means in English. But so right now, when you get a person like that, it's easy to continue to manipulate them. So I believe that's why it's so easy to manipulate the Dominican people, because at the end of the day, many of them haven't traveled. Some are just maybe illiterate. Whatever their situation may be, they take advantage of that situation, because everybody's situation is different and they impact everyone in a different way. You check? So right now, what I will say is wrong with us is the elders.
Because they stuck in
let
their
me,
way.
let me,
Many
let
of the
me,
elder people
hold
are the
on.
one that's supporting the Labour Party.
let me butt in there again.
Just now,
Another thing.
I would say
Okay, go
the
ahead.
elders is the issue. Many of our parents and our grandparents were Laborites, and we were born into that party. And so we, as the younger generation, feel obliged or obligated to remain in that party, even if we know that we are affected by the negativity that the party is doing. For example, again, that young man there, his granny is a Laborite, his mama is a Laborite, but at the end of the day, the young man refuses to vote because he does not want to vote for Labour. That is going to affect the entire community. You understand? So the fucking problem is the older generation, our parents, the ones that not letting go of the baton, the ones that refuse to accept reality, the ones that still getting their little payment undercover and don't care about their children and their grandchildren that's suffering for the little stuff they getting undercover there. They are the guilty ones.
That is why I like Cardo's media. Because on Cardo's media, it takes the people with courage like us to come out and educate. You know, we're literally doing the job of the opposition. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the job for the opposition, because the thing is, workers, we're workers. Workers, come out and talk to the young people. Come out and do what we're doing here tonight. We doesn't hear that in Wesley. No.
If only
But the
watch
thing
the
is,
video of when he was in the village there, majority were big people. You see many? Did you see many young people there?
No.
no.
Did all you watch the video?
I saw the
Yeah,
video. I saw
I watch
something.
everything.
All you watch the video?
I didn't see it.
But
I
I
you
didn't,
know,
I
you
didn't get a
know,
chance to see it.
on DBN. I saw it on DBN.
they know what time it is, you know. They know what
Okay.
time it is. The clock ticking on them.
Hey,
Young people are feeling
What was
them.
the age group?
hello. Can
What
I
was
say
the
something,
age group?
please?
About 40 and above.
Right.
Can,
And they are the
can I
problem.
can I say something, please?
Yeah,
I
go
want
ahead,
to say
Owen.
one
Yeah.
Yeah,
last
man.
thing before you say what you say there, Oyan. The little suku that come and talk about me there. Tell I say I'm mother was a fucking concubine in a mother cunt.
Aye,
Talk no
God, the man.
Oyan.
Aye. No.
Tell I say
Let me
mother was a
let
fucking crackhead concubine in a mother cunt.
try.
Talk
Okay,
no
No,
yeah,
Oyan.
yes.
no, they got no. The thing is, sorry. The thing is, the prime minister is playing a head, what they call a head game on us, and the younger folks realizing that, but they realize a little bit late. But better late than never, right?
Yeah.
Now the older folks, he have them in his pocket because he give them $75 or much a month. So that is it. That is what I have them older folks into that, still, You understand where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Because he fooling them with money and they falling for what he giving. I mean, nobody want to see an opportunity and lose it.
to them it's like a benefit, or how we call it, not a benefit, but a retirement, right?
What kind of retirement?
But Oyan, go ahead, finish and then I'll reward
he
you.
finishes.
It's like a retirement. He give them like say $75 every month or $300 every month. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but he give them a personal amount of money every month, right, to help them out with bill. So a lot of people struggling with the bills, but what they don't realize, how they get to struggle with the bills is because of the prime minister was the one who created the bills for them to struggle with it.
To struggle, exactly.
You understand? So
Yes.
what he doing? He create the problem and then he become a solution to the problem. So we have to find a way for when he create the problem. You understand? We make him see that he not no solution. That is why he have the mindset and the end game on us at the all at the ending. We hold the shitty part of the stick and he hold the clean part of the stick. Because why? He creating the problem, and at the beginning he create the problem. He have something for a backup plan, which he going and be the solution to the same problem he create.
I'm gonna educate you there, Oyan, and to the general audience. He is not the problem. He did not create the problem. We, as Dominicans, have created the problem, and we have created the monster. So we, as Dominicans, are paying the price for the monster that we have created, due to the fact that when we have the time we can control the stick, we letting it go. We're not holding on to it. The times we have to make the X or to stand up with our voice and make our voices be heard, we're not doing that. And then we have people coming on the live when we're talking. I want to call people names, do all kind of things. That's not the place for that. If you don't like to hear what is being said, go on somebody else's platform and listen to whatever they have to say. You just talking shit. Bring your, I must bring my proof. Anyway.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Proof of what?
Wait. Let me tell you something.
Hold up a while. Richie, if you stay, I always hear my mother always tell me, it takes two fools to quarrel. If you stay and you argue with that person that commenting the foolishness, it's not showing you nothing better, right? So you let them talk the nonsense. It's nonsense they want to talk. They don't want to be educated. They just want to run them out because they have a thing they call mouth. You understand? And that is what the government have them doing. So just let the person talk. At least we still have to tell them thanks for their opinion. And done with it.
Let me
Look at this comment. Look at this comment first before we go further. It says, "What's next if we've been teaching, preaching, leading, and no one follows? God bless our Dominic."
Thank you, Cliff. And that is exactly what I tell them today. I tell them for the longest time I have been talking. For the longest time I helping. For the longest time I protesting.
Since we started the first program, the first name of the program was what? Jajawa something. I think we started
Don't blame the messenger.
Exactly. Since we started that, everything we said in that first program become reality in their eyes. They don't learn. So it's just they like to hold a bag of stone. Dominican only love to cook stone in a pot. No problem. I'll send more stone and I'll send water too because it will multiply. When you're tired, cook it, it will multiply. It's simple.
Well, you see me, I make up my mind. I don't want 5 more years to take me in Dominica.
Hi.
It's either I sell everything and I go, and I still want my repatriations. I demand in my repatriation.
Where your flag? Rasta,
It's my
where your flag?
right. It's my right. It's my right. It's my right. It's my right. I want my repatriations. It's our right. We have the right to that. I want my repatriations. I sell in everything I have, and I will live for all you. Yes. And then when China finish take over Wesley and the rest of Dominica, what Patrick John was going and give there, when they will take all. Who stay behind? Who have
Patrick
and
John
who don't have
was
will
opening
stand.
a Freeport to it. They killed, they outs him.
What
A
happened?
Freeport. And they outs him.
But I get to understand, Richie. I'm not judging them, man. I get to understand.
Whatever he was doing.
All what we do, right? The people of Dominica decide to take their hand and still put back that man in there. right? It's not making a difference when they put him back. Look at they put him back. They think they put him back for good, but it's not good. All he do is take up what is he feel he can take up and gather for his children's future. But where is the Dominican future? Where is them other people's future? Nobody has future in Dominica.
That is exactly my point I was trying to make. Is the Dominican people have put themselves in that position. Look at that. Look at that, for instance. Let's be logical here. Don't we have a state house for the Prime Minister to stay in? It's a question. To the general audience, don't we have a state house for the Prime Minister to stay in?
I don't think so, I think that they're giving me to go back to his house. I'm not too sure.
No. There's a state house.
Have a state house.
Good. Okay. Wait. Richie. There is a space for every Prime Minister to live at Mount Bruce. Number one. This one here, there wasn't good enough for him.
No.
Right. So he built a house in Vickers. But it wasn't good enough for him.
Yeah.
So he built a state house. And he said his foreign dignitaries come to Dominica. But he put Charlotte to stay in it.
I think they have a house.
Wait, my boy, wait. I don't think. Why telling you why thinking? I tell you reality. He put Charles Savre to stay in the state house. It had a time when he and his family was there. Now, Dominica people, Dominica's what are really wrong with us. We're paying $64,000
a month
for a month for a man to live in a house which they allegedly claim is his own. Dominicans, the man come in your face and tell you he will build a house. Now he building a bigger mansion in the same area there. Yeah? But here the contrast to that to me. While he busy dislocating Dominicans, mashing them up, he making pen for them to live.
Yeah.
He taking Dominica money and make pen for them to live for free. But even when he does that, he still come on state TV and tell all it to all your face, all the buildings belong to the state.
So they can take it back anytime they want.
He take his time and say it following. You know, see something wrong, something just wrong with Dominica people. And you know what else? I go and get a like a personal right now, nothing to throw so. You know what does upset me about the community I come from? You see how I talking tonight there? My conversation tonight is for betterment for Wesley people. Now I go and talk about people I know. And I go and say it like how it is, God. Those there you can baptize them. So you can only shoot back at them while they're shooting at you. It have some ridiculous, self-centered, ugly, retarded labor right in Wesley. And they have a set of, they want to have a hatred towards you. Because what? Because they can stand up by a man I grew up with. And what they just do? Beg him. Up to today there, I with a mute man on the road. And they tell him what he does do. Come Wesley and wrap up $50 in his bottom hand. Wrap up $100 in his bottom hand. Hold that. Hungry God's behavior. You understand? Grant, that is what you good for, my brother. I call you out tonight. Grant, Fidel Grant, that is what you good for in Dominica. That is very lowly and ruthless as a Wesley man. A man that come up, no, I will keep it real tonight. Nobody can arrest me for saying that. That is very worthless, my brother, as a Wesley man that come up, pull up your bootstraps like mine. You come up in the poverty like me. What's your parents and your grandparents? All you can cost me. If all you cost me, I will put all in on the place, left, right, and center. I train not outside there. None of them can step to me. Now let me tell you.
Clint, we
To
don't pursue.
come, no. I don't want to go to nothing that can cause nobody to arrest nobody. We talking reality. Is what the man doing to the community, my brother. I have 53 years, you know.
Why you give them hush money?
And them youth man, listen, them youth man are coming up there under that struggle there. They don't have no tomorrow. And my brother, Mr. is an outstanding Wesley man that goes school more than me, that educated more than me, Richie. And that's what you're doing to the generation of Wesley. Eh? They give you 2 chances, and that's what you're taking it and do. So them thing don't make them thing must make me as a grown Wesley man vex with you. You don't want to talk to me, you don't want to be my friend, you know. If you don't feel to say hi or hello, that's your business. But I talking on behalf of what you're doing. And what you're doing there is a wrong thing. You're making Wesley people look like they're worth nothing. Watch that. The man was the minister for agriculture. Wesley people, ask all yourself what that man they do for all you in agriculture. More than every time election coming around. They're bringing some sorry ass fertilizer from Morocco and have big man from Wesley and Woodford and Palm Tree in line, my brother. That's the most sickening thing you can see about Wesley people. In line, waiting to get a bag or 2 bags. You understand what I'm saying? You understand me? That's what they're doing to Wesley people. And you have people in Wesley that want to sit down there and say they hate me. Hate me or can continue to hate me all they want. Nobody in Wesley can stop me from talking. You understand? They want to sit down and say they hate me. They will say I walk in over here. Yeah, dons. Dons, they're dons. Like, let me tell you, little dons, they don't dons like that. You see? And we were talking about something
So what?
earlier
If you
about
work in Obia, so what?
well, whatever. We were talking about the older folks. You know where I can blame the older folks? And I can put on fire on them. I can tell all the wicked. And the reason why I will tell them they're wicked to their generation is because why they could never stand up and tell their children, empower yourself. Why? Why they couldn't tell their children, empower all yourself? Even if a politician come and give all you $5, $10, or $100, all you know in the bottom of your heart, that is bullshit. Instead, all your
$100 is nothing in these days.
Listen, yes, you know, instead, today I go Rosso, I buy 1 parcel of marshmallow for my son, he like that. I buy a 5 pound tin of milk, the cheapest one, which is $37. And I buy 4 sardines. Those 3 items, they come out to $67.10. So that's $70. Okay? Now the point I'm making is, you don't feel to yourself as a grown man, and I vote for a party like that, and it bring me to that standard there. When I watch myself, I see them man feeding me, but I don't say nothing. And I have children, and I don't say nothing. My children watching me every day, and I don't say nothing. You don't feel into yourself, I as a parent supposed to stand out and say, we can afford to continue in that bacchanal there. We cannot continue to do in that. That's nothing to do in. Richie, I was on the port on Tuesday. Customs telling you the custom warehouse empty. It's empty. They just they're up there. It have nothing for them to do in customs. You know why? Commerce is down. You don't have that. You don't. The only people are bringing things in Dominica right now on a massive scale is the Chinese. And it have illegal things that are going on with those Chinese there. With their store and them in Roseau. You see, the Lord bless me, you know.
Just now,
to be able.
I'm
What?
talking about illegal things with the Chinese and them. as you're talking about illegal things with the Chinese and them, let's rewind a bit back to 20 whenever. When they had get the passport printing machine in the Chinese store. Whatever became of that?
Nothing
Did we
can come
ever hear
out of
them
that.
talk about that after that? We
My
never hear they
daughter,
arrested anybody.
nothing.
We never hear who got charged. We never hear who went
Uh,
to jail. What become
uh,
of that passport printing machine that they found? Can we know about that a little bit?
Nothing can come out of that. You know what? You know what
Because it
can
was
come
still
out?
in Maho. I think it was in Maho. The woman in Maho, they said that had sell her passport for 10,000 EC to the Haitian, was charged and fined or whatever the case may be. So we know that it was a local. So the local get what was coming to them. Okay. So what about these people that had a passport printing machine and were printing passports? What is the outcome of that situation? As a citizen, I would like to know. Because at the end of the day, I can't understand how something like that happened and nothing come out of it. This is the government that we have, a lawless government. You check? The only time the law applies to you is when you're beneath the law, because at the end of the day, they feel and they know that you cannot afford legal representation, so they'll be able to exploit your rights, they'll be able to shut you up, they'll be able to keep the country the way it is. Diplomatic.
Telling you straight up, bro. When you watch West, I don't know, but I love Dominica. I love Dominica 110%. And I love my village, Wesley, where I'm from. And I will always stand out on behalf of Wesley people. Whether young or old, whether you're a liberator, you're a WP, or whatever right you be, I will say the necessary things to empower people. I will try, but I don't expect everybody to like me. You understand? So even there, I don't worry about that. But let me tell you, bro, but I tell you, West is a broken place. West people broken. I mean, how does a young person wake up every day, and go by a rum shop just to drink rum, and wait for a palrep on a Tuesday? And
That's a
when palrep,
Wesley
maybe
alone.
when we're
This is
talking
in
about
all the
Wesley,
communities. Yeah.
when palrep can't give them nothing, they're cussing his mother, and they will cuss his mother until next Thursday. When palrep can't give them, and when he give them it, they're good to go again. They love palrep. You don't know it's foul and us behave like that.
Hey,
Eh?
That's
Foul
why
and
they're
us behave
feeding
like
them.
that.
That's why they're feeding them like fowls. They're passing on shika the scraps.
And some people that want to tell me, don't say that. My brother, just like all the daughters said a while ago, you cannot be around them people. They are nice with you. You have to tell them how it is. Because we reach that point there, you have to tell them how it is. This is not the Dominica I grew up in. This is just not the Dominica I grew up in. This is not the Dominica I see my grandparents walking like people that have something to think about tomorrow. Even if me alone in Wesley walking Richie and nobody else is walking, that doesn't say nothing. Some people might say, oh, but you're walking every day, you're making more. What? The money I'm making is to pay people. You understand? But still, I would find it to do it because I will live off of it. But one person on our village doing, can you imagine if those lazy people there had teach Dominicans to mass produce? How much of a better day it would be for all Dominicans? Instead, they advertise, they showcase, they do it so good until they're making farmers plant garden in Dominica now, just for food security, Richie. You understand me? You see over there? Not even to say you're interested in trade, They're making sure, if you ask any extension worker about agriculture, they're going to tell you food security. Just to make sure Dominica has something to eat. That is where we're there. That's how low we come on the island there. So in other words, when we're waiting for a crop to come, 9 months we're supposed to beg you. 9 months we're supposed to beg you. And then they wonder in why St. Lucia and St. Vincent doing well. You want to know why they're doing well? Because they vote for people and Barbados. And everywhere else, those idiots, they just go and come back and boast what they see like never see come see. That's what they just do. Come back and boast and see what they see in St. Kitts, and what they see in Trinidad, and what they see in Grenada, and St. Vincent, and St. Lucia, and Barbados. They just come back, and boast. You hear? The other day I was on the port in Portsmouth, Jazzy, and somebody that holding a doctorate, telling me, a little pig like me when I read it, he don't interested in all of this little huckster there. The jackass don't realize every paper we have to pay for it, tax we have to pay. Every box we pack in a box of plantain, we have to pay. Yeah? Every ounce of money a farmer throw in his garden so he can sell to us, he have to pay. They doesn't want to trickle down, At the end of the day, their brains so lazy that they thinking the money come out in the sky and fall down. That is how the system have them. And yes, when people like me talking, they will wait for me to slip up for them to come and arrest me.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. Well, Richie.
We are about to have to wrap in a few 2 minutes or so. So Kim, go ahead. No, Oyan, go ahead with your final closings, and we'll cap out with Kim.
But the only thing I can tell you, I can say, Clint, no matter what Dominic can say, hold up your head. I Kim, my good friend, hold up your head. No matter what they do, what's done there. But
Since I'm stuck, I just want to say real quick. It's
the
not
Dominic,
everyone saying he not voting because at the end of the day, don't make any sense. And I myself haven't been voting
but
because
remember I
I
always
find it
tell
don't
you.
make any sense.
Remember I always tell you.
There's
I don't
many
vote him.
others with the same
Remember,
mindset because
remember I always used to say, other saying back then, I don't never vote in Labour to cook stone in my pot. So you see, a lot of people vote Labour and they're cooking stone in their pot. But never say less. The pot bottom soon burn out. When it burn out, it drop out, and then everybody will take their share from there. But it's something we have to address here that is serious. Is the government saying on a Friday, like today, Friday, if must be in a bar, you're in a bar in Roseau right now, must be closing out that tab as usual. And the young say they're making cost drink. Instead of you take energy there and tell him man is nonsense, he's doing his drink all you're fighting for. That makes sense?
No.
That don't make no sense at all. But let me tell you, no good time lasts forever. No time lasts forever. No sufferation lasts forever. And after a storm is a calm.
exactly.
So we soon get the
And
calm.
Spirit came to quench their thirst. We had
We
plenty
soon get
rain
the
the
calm.
other day there. The pipe water has been contaminated. Many people that drink the pipe water have contaminated diarrhea, vomiting, and stomach pains. So he come to quench their thirst, to end their sufferation. So their thirst was quenched with a kubuli.
That's bad. That's bad. That's really bad.
We selling ourselves for nothing. We selling ourselves for nothing at all. Put value in yourself, people. Put some value in yourself.
Before
you are worth more than a beer. You are worth more than a handshake or a smile and a dimples. You are worth a lot more. We are the bottom of the barrel.
Richie, hold on a while. I don't want to cut you. Hold on a while. Clint, hold on a while. The Dennis Lockhart, right? If you didn't know, if you was a person like Clint and working hard, all my life I know Clinton Wednesday working hard for what he wants, right? If you was a person like me and Richie out here working hard to make ends meet, Kim, that's a hustler from day one, I know Kim. Fredrickson, that's a hustler from day one, since in school days, right? If you was ever a hustler and person who work hard, you would know what it takes to be a hard worker. But since you don't know that, right? I don't think you have knowledge and understanding of what it called work. He is one of them that sit down and look for handout and sit down by the block and say, Parep, give me a drink now. I think he's one of them like that. So you see, like this platform, it don't make sense that you come here and talk foolishness. Wait until the rest, like what is his name? The next level program going on, and go under it and comment, right? And when you commenting, I want to tell you something. When you comment, screenshot it. Screenshot it. Take a good screenshot of it, and send it for your father and ask him if what you're doing, if it's right. You understand? Because I don't know. I can tell you something, and I will tell you. Now I start to get serious about it. I don't know if labor is the man in your house. That's why you're out here talking like that. Because a lot of all you that come in and let me even take out the glasses in my eyes. A lot of all you that come in here and talk the foolishness is because all you don't have a man in the house and labor put one for you, you know. All you know that? It's because all you don't have a man in the house.
You say don't
labor
take on
create
the
one
people
for
and
you.
you take them on?
Yeah.
No,
Boy,
because
get out.
you sit down there
But
talking.
the boy
Just
get out.
remember, Oyan father is a labor rights and a Porto Skerrick supporter.
That don't
And
mean I
just remember,
support
at the
labor.
end of the day,
Exactly.
it's your fucking father they going and call and your father that going and call too. So just
Well,
break it
since you
down,
don't be,
pa.
hey, guess what? My father support labor over 20 years. I never support labor. You know, my first vote was for Edison James. You know.
I don't tell you support labor. I tell you don't forget your father
So,
is a Porto labor right.
hey,
And the last time we was doing our live,
the
is
last
your father that
time I
call and
check,
say,
I over
don't
13.
say this and don't say that.
The last time I check, I over 13. You know.
Well,
The last time I check, I don't remember.
Hold on. My ending conversation for the night will be I want to talk to the young people. And I can be very fair with them. Young ladies and young men. I know Dominica don't have nothing tangible, not for your work life or your social life. And I can understand those people gonna put on a show.
Tomorrow.
I can understand that. I cannot tell you not to go and enjoy yourself because it's for free. I
And
can
that's
be
why they
very
shouldn't
real.
go. Freeness is
Wait,
wariness. Don't
wait,
partake in the devil activity.
True.
wait. I
Rebuke
come in
them.
there. I come in there. I come in there. I was saying it's for free. But at the same time, I gotta ask you a simple question. Is that our worth?
Their soul.
Exactly.
It's not for free. Their soul.
Is,
How
is,
much
is that
accident
our
that going
worth?
and happen when they going home? Who
For
going
a
and
man,
die?
for a man and his cabinet to cannot provide for you, young people, young men and young women. 21 years you there, 18 years you there, 19 years you there, 30 years you there, 35 going up you there, under those people there. And you're neither here nor there. But every time he wants you to put him back there, to empower himself alone,
You keep
he
having
gonna
fun.
come and give you a free jam and rum and beer to drink and maybe one or two barbecue chicken. At the end of the day, young people are taking that bait there and are going to vote for those useless people there. So I consider them a bunch of useless people. Ask yourself the question. Think of it. Watch what happened around you. Look in my village right there. testament in my village. All the young men and them sit down around the shop all day long, and they watching the truck them pass.
Oh, mad.
And none of them can make a contribution towards what are going on down there. Because why? The government never see fit to apply all you. But they will come and give you a free bus ride, free rum, free beer, and free music to go and drunk all yourself.
But
Some of all you, I don't wishing for that to happen, but it does happen. Usually around election time, some of all it does go and never come back. I don't want that to happen. So I go ask all you, do all yourself a favor and stay by your home.
Oh, if you feel like go somewhere, go to Cassie Bruce and listen to Team TUD as they present their plans for you. Go and do the River Lime in Cassie Bruce.
That makes
all
sense
you home
too.
and all you'll watch the live on Facebook.
All right, Fido.
Yeah.
Close us up. And I just want to say to my people, thank you guys for tuning in and for giving us your voice and your candor. And we're here to educate and to elevate. We're not here to downpress.
That is it.
We're here to make people understand what is going on around them and to make it better for themselves and for their children's future.
Yes,
Fido,
man.
bring us out.
A nation, I just want to read something quickly before we just close up there quickly. A nation cannot claim to be democratic if its people are afraid to speak. When citizens express their dissatisfaction with the government or the prime minister, they are not spreading lies. They are exercising their constitutional right to freedom of speech, a right that was fought for, a right that should never be threatened. So let us be clear. In a democracy, free speech is not optional, it is essential. In a democracy, criticism is not rebellion, it is accountability. In a democracy, fear of speaking is the first sight or the first sign of dictatorship. If we start labeling every concern as unpatriotic, if we demand proof before even listening, if we shut down every dissenting voice, then we are not living in a democracy. We are living under control. Silencing people does not build a stronger nation. It hides a crack until they collapse the foundation. So let people speak, let people question, let people demand better, because when freedom of speech dies, democracy dies with it.
I see.
One more thing. I want to shout out all the Dominicans in the diaspora, whether in the Caribbean, you're in the USA, Canada, Europe. Please, if you can buy your ticket, come home. When he called the date, come home. And how they call the word? No register, how they calling it?
Reconfirm.
Come home and reconfirm. And vote. If you say you love your country and you love the young people out there and you don't want them to continue to beg you, because that's what happening. Come home and vote. Because this man, although they pass a law, or I don't know if he come into law yet, but they pass a bill for election reform. He is steadfastly and willingly going to call an election outside of it. So asking all Dominicans overseas, brothers and sisters, if all you say, all you love Dominica, like all you say it, and you love the people that remain in it, try to come home on our own volition and do what is right to save the rest of Dominica.
And if they buy you tickets,
to the ones that not coming home on their own validation and they coming home because their tickets are being paid or they have the private plane that coming to pick all you up. When all you come, do the right thing. Don't do what you are paid to do. Don't be a betrayer. You understand? Don't come and put fire there in the people and them house while they sleeping and turn your back and go murderer. Because that's what you are.
Wow.
True that.
Yes, guys. So,
Voice of Oriel. Free yourself.
You're looking for justice on a treadmill on a conveyor belt. You're looking for a solution when the problem is you don't know yourself. The dreamer, the believer, complainer, the pretender. Watch the man from the provider you could always find inside you.
Well, this is Cardo's Media, and yeah, don't blame the messenger. Yeah.